This Disney World advice is so good, it feels illegal. Today, we're going to discuss some totally legal but super rare secrets for saving money, getting on more rides, and bypassing those super intense crowds in Disney World. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. The tips we're going to be talking about today aren't your average Disney World suggestions. These are things we've discovered by going to the parks every single day, and we want to make sure you have the same advantages too. So get your best sneaking shoes on. It's time to reveal the Disney World tips that'll make you a park pro in no time. Let's start things off by getting on as many rides in a single day as possible. Sounds pretty good already, right? That's right, we're going to get you on more lightning lanes than even Disney advertises. Quick recap, Disney Genie Plus is a premium My Disney Experience service for $15 per person per day. It allows you to book lightning lanes, aka shorter lines than the main standby lines, for over 40 plus rides and attractions. And that sounds great until you learn that Disney says you can only book one attraction at a time. And when you read about lightning lanes on the Disney website to get a better idea for how this service works, the page states that on average, guests can enter 2 or 3 attractions or experiences per day using the lightning lane entrances if the first selection is made early in the day. That's literally a quote from the site. Now, let's think about that real quick. In a park like Magic Kingdom, which has 22 different lightning lane options for Genie Plus, 2 to 3 lightning lanes does not sound like a whole lot, and it doesn't sound like $15 worth, right? Here's the thing though, this 2 to 3 lightning lane average Disney speaks of is for guests who go in without the insider knowledge and these secrets, which is not going to be you since you're here and you're learning about this now. So if you know how to stack lightning lane reservations, then you're going to be able to potentially pile on lots more lightning lanes throughout the day instead of just a couple. So here's how to gain more lightning lanes during your day. Step 1, when you've reached your lightning lane return time window, redeem it as close to the beginning of that hour window as possible. As soon as you use your lightning lane reservation, you're going to be able to book another one immediately. Step 2, use the 120-minute rule to your advantage. If you weren't able to get a reservation for a lightning lane earlier and your return time isn't until several hours later, the Genie Plus tool will notify you when you're able to book another reservation. So even if you haven't gotten the chance to use your previous lightning lane, you'll still be able to book another one. You'll just have to wait for the 2-hour cooldown period to pass by first. Step 3, check for earlier return times. Even if you grab lightning lanes for a later time, that doesn't mean earlier times won't appear in an hour or so. After all, guests have to cancel Genie Plus reservations every now and then, which means their loss is your gain. By using these strategies, the DFB team has been able to really get the most bang for their buck with Genie Plus. We've even had one of our reporters successfully snag all 12 lightning lanes for Disney's Hollywood Studios in a single day. Of course, the amount of lightning lanes you'll be able to get will also depend on crowd levels, meaning you might find that those more crowded park days are going to have reservations that book up faster than less crowded park days. But if you want to study up on Genie Plus before your next visit, check out our ultimate guide to Genie Plus video next. That has lots more detailed descriptions for how this service works. Now, the lightning lane cheats are a little more vocalized than these next Disney World offerings. We're talking about secret menus. Not every food or beverage offering sold at a Disney World restaurant is on the menu. Some of them are hidden, and you won't be able to order them unless you know about them. So here are some updated secret menu items for you to check on during your next visit. You can get those Ohana noodles and the Ohana bread pudding at Tambu Lounge and Polynesian Village Resort, even though they're more commonly known as offerings during the Ohana All You Care to Enjoy dining experience. And there's usually a few secret items lurking on the Skipper Canteen menu at Magic Kingdom, but during our most recent visit, we were able to order the hidden pau de queijo cheese bread, and there are usually a couple of secret sangrias and a secret skewer snack on there as well. Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar in Disney Springs likes to come up with secret drink selections like the chili-infused Lucky Lindy, the Mandarin vodka spiked Bully Mammoth, the Starry Night Mojito, which is like a standard mojito but with Star African rum, and the Lemonade watermelon vodka-based Oxygen Tank. And that's just scratching the surface. I'll link our ultimate secret menu post featured on the DFB website in the description down below. Keep in mind that secret menu offerings do rotate, so even if I listed something here that we just ordered, doesn't mean it for sure will be waiting for you when you finally arrive in the parks. But it never hurts to ask if certain secret menu items are still available or if there are new secret menu items. Your server will more than likely be able to tell you about what's come up instead. Okay, ready to save big money? We've got a hidden tip to pay less for park tickets. Once again, Disney World's out here using the term average to get us all thrown off our game. When you go to purchase a theme park ticket on the Disney World website, it'll greet you with an average price range of around $109. But there are so many variables that change this price daily, including how many days you're planning on hitting up the parks, what season you're visiting during, and the ages of the people in your group, since kiddos will be slightly discounted. But let's focus on how to target the cheapest ticket prices for whenever you decide to visit. There are 2 key factors you're going to need to keep in mind. Number 1, ticket prices tend to be cheaper toward the beginning of the week, like Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. And number 2, park tickets cover a range of dates to give you some wiggle room, just in case you need to switch your park pass reservations for some reason or another. Meaning if I purchased park tickets for 4 days in the parks, I'd have a stretch of 7 days to use them, either consecutively or non-consecutively. Did you catch that? You don't have to plan all your park days one after the other. You can pace them out within that week however you'd like. So why is this important? Because your ticket prices are all based around what you choose as your start day. So even if you choose your start date on a Tuesday, because those have the cheapest days out of the week, you can still pick to start your park adventures on, say, that Thursday instead. As long as they fall into the 7-day window from the start date you chose, you should be good to go. Sometimes this strategy may only save you a few bucks, which, hey, a few bucks is still a few bucks, but sometimes it can save you over $40 depending on the time of the year. It's always good to check that Disney World pricing calendar and figure out what strategy would work best for you and your wallet. Now, the next point is a 100% DFB certified favorite, and you're gonna see why. There's a reason why you follow us here at DFB. We've got the tips, we've got the tricks, we got the major park hacks, the recommendations, the money-saving techniques. We've done it all. But you know what we also have? Lots of clothes. You can find our line of Disney-inspired outfits by heading to the DFB store website right now. That's merch.dfbstore.com. Well, you can finish this video first, then head over there, because it's time to get unique shirts that everyone will want, but nobody else can find. We've got Halloween shirts, we've got Christmas shirts, we've got holiday shirts, so if you go to Disney World, you'll be wearing something no one else will wear, and that's definitely cheating at Disney World. All right, next up, warning, we've got a very particular cheat coming your way. Pulling this one off has a lot to do with being in the right place at the right time, but you still have to know about it to take advantage of it, and that's riding, eating, and buying things first thanks to soft openings. With new or reopening rides and restaurants, festivals, shows, Disney World will often have what's called a soft opening. It's a preview before the attraction's official release date. They don't publish these soft opening dates because the point of them is to basically figure out where the kinks are in the process. The people who happen to be walking by get the chance to experience the brand new thing, and then cast members get to see, okay, what's not quite where it needs to be in order to bring on the general public. So these are going to be very limited windows of time that guests are going to be able to experience an attraction or a restaurant or an experience early, because Disney will need to test these and make sure everything's running smoothly. We've been able to go to soft openings in the past for things like Gideon's Bakehouse, Abracadabra at Disney's Boardwalk, the reopening of Festival of the Lion King at Animal Kingdom, and the reopening of Cinderella's Royal Table at Magic Kingdom. Now, these aren't media events. These are just these things opening a day or two before they're supposed to open. We just saw it happen at Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique a couple of weeks ago. Now, granted, soft openings do mean that the experience could still have a few of those kinks that need to be worked out. You'll be more like a guinea pig rather than getting the fully polished version of the attraction, but if this is your last day in Disney World and you really want to ride Tron, then maybe you'll be able to do a soft opening for Tron. Again, a soft opening has to do with luck. It's not really something you should plan your entire trip around because it may not happen. But let's say you hear about the official opening for maybe Roundup Rodeo Barbecue at Disney's Hollywood Studios. If you know your trip falls around the same time that something like this is supposed to open, but you're maybe at the parks just a few days too soon for the official opening date, then check in with the cast members that could be around the outside of the restaurant if you happen to see any hanging out nearby, and it never hurts to ask about potential soft openings, because you never know, you might just get lucky. Now, how can you make yourself feel like a very important Disney World guest? With this little premium hack. You can get VIP Magic Kingdom treatment. All right, it's the end of the night. You just watched Disney Enchantment and the tears are still fresh in your eyes, but now you gotta navigate your way through the massive exiting crowds and somehow catch a ride back to your Disney World hotel with feet aching, eyes heavy, and group members cranky. Well, if you're not staying at a Magic Kingdom area resort like Polynesian Village, Grand Floridian, Contemporary, then you don't really actually have the privilege of jumping on a monorail to get home. If you drove, then you have to get over to the Transportation and Ticket Center via ferry or monorail, then get a tram to take you to your parking lot, which could be a really long ordeal. And if you took Disney World's complimentary transportation, you'll still have to wait for your bus, along with a sea of other people trying to go to the exact same place as you. And then when you finally get on, you'll have a jam-packed ride back to the hotel. Getting how annoying this can be and how stressful and how long a process. Okay, another solid option is you've got ride shares for an extra cost. For the standard Uber or Lyft pickup, you're gonna have to make that Transportation and Ticket Center trek because they have to pick you up there. But if you book one of Disney's minivans through the Lyft app, then your polka-dotted chariot will come rescue you right at the front of Magic Kingdom. No need to go to the Transportation and Ticket Center. So minivans are specifically in place to transport guests to and from different areas in the Disney World bubble for a more private ride and a faster pickup time. Minivans are a bit more costly than a standard Lyft service, so you will have to pay for that convenience. They especially spike in price around busy times, like the end of the Magic Kingdom night, because they're very aware of how valuable and convenient they are. These can also be super helpful though at the start of your Disney park day, when you want to skip the crush of the early morning bus lines or the ferry or the monorail lines, which can be really jam-packed with guests wanting to get there by rope drop or early theme park entry as well. And if you're running late for a dining reservation and don't have time to wait for Disney transportation to leisurely take you where you need to go, minivans have your back. So if you're planning on budgeting for this one, I'd set back about $35 or $40 per ride. Even if that ends up being on the higher end of the spectrum than you're seeing for minivans currently, it's always good to over budget for side expenses like this. That way you're not caught off guard by any sudden price surges. Next cheat on our list is getting expensive stuff for less. Believe it or not, some locations may actually have Disney food for cheaper than others. So if you want to get snacks cheaper, you'll want to target the locations that sell them that way. Mickey waffles can be a hot ticket item for several Disney breakfast locations, but did you know you can actually get them for less than $4 at Disney's Contemporary Resort? Contempo Cafe has a few different Mickey waffle listings on their early morning menu, but take a look at their featured a la carte sides. Among the bacon and breakfast potatoes, you can actually order a single side of a Mickey waffle to eat by itself as a quick breakfast snack or to go along with a bigger entree. Walt Disney World's Swan and Dolphin Hotel, which we're going to talk about later on, also has cheaper Mickey waffle breakfast offerings than you'll find at pretty much any other Disney World restaurant. You can get yourself a plate of Mickey waffles with cinnamon powdered sugar and maple syrup for $7.50 at the Java Bar on the Swan side. Definitely not too bad. Polynesian Village Resort has a few different offerings that change prices based on where you order them. Tonga Toast is a specialty breakfast offering for the Polynesian Village, and for good reason. It's a fried banana stuffed bread dusted with cinnamon sugar. Like, I'd pick it as a birthday cake alternative. It's that good. Captain Cook's and Kona Cafe all have Tonga Toast featured on their breakfast menu, but the cheapest place you're going to be able to grab this banana-filled treat is Captain Cook's. Kona Cafe has Tonga Toast on the menu for $17, but Captain Cook's has it for an a la carte price and doesn't have any extra toppings that they have to serve with it, meaning you can order it for under $11. So definitely head to Captain Cook's if all you want is some Tonga Toast. Now, prefix menus are a really easy way for Disney to force you to pay a certain amount for your dining experience right off the bat, even if it causes you to buy more food than you're wanting to eat. That's why it's not a bad idea to look into restaurants with attached lounges like Space 220 at Epcot. Though eating in the main dining room of Space 220 is going to cost you $55 per person for lunch and $79 per person for dinner, flat rate, the Space 220 Lounge offers up a selection of a la carte appetizers and a full menu of drinks. This way you can pay for as little or as much as you'd like while still getting to see the Centauri Space Station dining room. Just keep in mind that the main dining area does have a better view of those space windows, and the lounge area view gets a little blocked, but you can still wander down occasionally for a better look at the astronauts and ships floating by. And what if you want to drink a really fancy schmancy adult beverage, but you don't want to pay the fancy schmancy prices for it? Well, at Wine Bar George in Disney Springs, you can ask for those outstanding red and white wines in pours by the ounce. So if you don't want to commit to a 6 ounce of a really pricey wine, you're more than welcome to take a small sample and order it as a 1 or 3 ounce pour for a cheaper price instead. Now, if you like these dining tips and if you're finding them helpful, then you may want to snag our 2022 DFB Guide to Walt Disney World Dining over at dfbstore.com. That's a lot of even more helpful dining tips. Is money getting in the way of you going all out on your Disney World hotel stay? Okay, let us help you out there. I think we've got a solution. This is what I consider to be the best kept Disney hotel secret. We're back at Walt Disney World's Swan and Dolphin hotels, but this time we're actually staying here to get a deluxe Disney resort stay at the lowest cost imaginable. The Swan and Dolphin hotels really are cheating because they're not technically Disney-owned hotels at all, despite having Walt Disney World in their name. Swan and Dolphin are actually owned and managed by Marriott, but plot twist, they still have all the deluxe benefits of a Disney-owned deluxe resort, meaning you'll still be within walking distance for 2 of the 4 theme parks. You can walk to Disney's Hollywood Studios and to Epcot from these hotels. You'll have several dining options to choose from and some of the best restaurants on property, and you'll still have access to the deluxe resort's only extended evening hours at certain parks and certain nights. So let's play my favorite game, the price comparison game. Okay, actually, I'm probably more partial to like Uno, but this is a close second. So if a family of 2 adults, 2 kids were to book a 3-night stay for the Swan between November 1st and November 4th, they could get a traditional guest room with 2 queen beds for $347 per night. But if you were looking to stay in a Disney World-owned deluxe resort with the same benefits over at Disney's Beach Club, which is literally a few steps away from these hotels, for the same time frame, your cheapest option there would be a standard room for around $653 per night. It's a huge price difference, and if you're a Marriott Rewards member, you're also going to get a discount on your stay and earn points toward future stays at other Marriott properties. So one of the big downsides of staying at the Swan and Dolphin is the complimentary transportation options to the other 2 parks, especially Magic Kingdom, because instead of the bus picking you up at the front of the Magic Kingdom, you'll need to take a monorail or ferry over to the transportation and ticket center to find your bus stop, which can be a major pain at the end of the night. But if you're literally saving $300 per night and getting all the same deluxe resort benefits except for that one, maybe it's worth it. All right, we're all about stretching the dollars to see how far they're gonna go, and here's another way we figured out how to get the most out of what you pay for. There are 2 places in Disney Springs where you can get refillable booze. Yep, the first is at the Splitsville Luxury Lanes to-go counter. You can order either a 20-ounce squeeze bottle for frozen drinks for around $20, or a 28-ounce pin sipper for bowl drinks for around $23. Anytime you bring back either sipper to Splitsville, you'll be able to get $13 refills for the squeeze bottle and $16 refills for the pin sipper. Now, at first, this may not seem like such a great money saver. After all, that's the price these types of drinks normally run. But the thing is, these containers are going to give you more booze for your buck than a regular drink purchase is going to get you. The second Disney Springs refillable booze location is over at Chef Art Smith's Homecoming. Same rules apply here. You purchase a refillable sipper for around $22, and you get a hefty refill of specialty moonshine for $13. Bring on the sweet tea moonshine, please and thank you. All right, ready for some big insider information? Then brace yourself for some major snack cheats. We've got secret and hidden snacks we can't wait to tell you about. So some of our favorite Disney World snacks can only be found at one location, like the Lunchbox Tarts from Woody's Lunchbox and Disney's Hollywood Studios, the Wendell's Bear Claw pastry from Westward Ho! In Magic Kingdom, and the Night Blossom drink from Pongu Pongu in Disney's Animal Kingdom. But then there are Disney World snacks you can find in not just one quick service or kiosk, but at multiple locations. And I'm not talking about those plasticky cupcakes you can find at every candy shop. I'm talking about the good stuff. With these tips, you're not just limited to having to go to a certain area of Disney World to get the snack of your dreams. We're going to start with some of the best Werther's caramel stuff you can find in Disney World, including that butter bar that I love so much and the caramel popcorn. This is best known for its location over at Caramel Kusha in Epcot. But even if you're not planning on going to Epcot, guess what? You can also find this at Zuri's Sweet Shop at Disney's Animal Kingdom and at Big Top Treats over at Magic Kingdom. And the granddaddy of all Disney World snacks, our famous Dole Whip friend, that's not just in Adventureland anymore. Dole Whip pops up in several restaurant menus, and some feature limited time flavors, some like to stick around for a good long while, but whatever the case, you don't have to worry about not getting your Dole Whip fix while you're at Disney. You don't even have to go into a park to get it anymore. Some of our favorite places to grab Dole Whip: Refreshment Outpost in Epcot, Tamu Tamu Refreshments in Disney's Animal Kingdom, Pineapple Lanai at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, and Swirls on the Water at Disney Springs. Disney World snacks of all kinds do have the tendency to pop up on multiple menus or switch from one menu to another, like we saw happen with the Cheshire Cattail pastry for quite a while there when the Cheshire Cafe was closed, or like we've seen happen with the Pepper Jack stuffed pretzel, which has shown up in multiple locations around Disney World property. It's a whole job to track that down. Now, we tend to keep a pretty close eye on Disney snack vagabonds, so check for specific snacks on the DFB website to find out where you should go to find the treat that you've gotta have during your upcoming vacation. Now, here's a hidden tip that the team and I use pretty much every time we go to Disney World. No kidding. This is a secret tip that's going to get you a lot more value from your hotel. And a lot of people don't know about this. This is super important. If you're checking into a Disney World hotel, you can start using your hotel amenities immediately, starting from the beginning of your check-in day and lasting until the end of the day on your checkout day. So what does that mean for you exactly? Well, that means those early theme park entry benefits for all resort guests and those extended evening hours benefits for deluxe resort guests are yours for the taking, even on check-in and checkout days. So let's say you've been staying at a deluxe resort like Disney's Contemporary and you decide to switch over to a more affordable Good Neighbor hotel for the remainder of your trip. On the day you check out, you'll still be able to 1. Store your luggage at the hotel till you're ready to pick it up from Bell Services. 2. Use your extended evening hours perk if they're available for the park you're visiting. Check the Disney World calendar on their website to see when those hours are available for which parks. And even if you wanted to take one last dip in the feature pool, you can spend your checkout day doing that too. And let's say you're checking out of the Contemporary and switching over to another Disney World owned resort like Art of Animation, you can have Disney transfer your luggage for split stays from your current hotel to your next one. Just let Bell Services know what's up. They'll have you fill out a quick form and then take things from there. In conclusion, if you pay for the benefits, use the benefits for as long as you can and always get to your hotel as early as possible so you can use those benefits. And since we're talking about getting the most out of what you pay for, let's keep that trend alive. It's time to get more park time for less. Whether you're going grim grinning ghost for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party or you're dancing in Snope during Mickey's Very Merry, you can use either Magic Kingdom party ticket to your advantage. Regular Magic Kingdom park tickets and holiday party tickets are 2 separate costs. So if you have a regular park ticket but no party ticket, you can't join in on the after hours holiday shenanigans. And if you have a party ticket but no regular ticket, you won't be able to experience Magic Kingdom during the day. Or can you? That's right, both parties technically start at 7 p.m. and run until midnight, but party guests will be able to enter the Magic Kingdom as early as 4 p.m., giving you potentially 3 extra hours in the park before the festivities commence. 4 p.m. till midnight is 8 full hours in the park. Not to mention ride lines are going to be lots shorter once the party does kick off at 7, so you may be able to manage everything you wanted to accomplish and more with just a party ticket alone. And let's talk about even more Disney hotel deals that'll make you drop your jaw. We're gonna get some huge Disney hotel rooms for a much lower cost with this particular cheat. I wanna talk about 2 specific ways I've managed to save money on really spacious Disney rooms time and again. First up to bat is using those Disney Vacation Club rentals. This is directed specifically at those who don't wanna drop tens of thousands of dollars on a DVC membership or wanna pay the full price for a deluxe DVC room. Anyone is able to book a Disney Vacation Club room, but the price tag that comes along with these spacious rooms is going to be pretty intimidating. DVC rentals, however, can help cut that cost by potentially a lot. Reliable third-party Disney Vacation Club rental websites. We always recommend David's DVC rentals because they're really, really nice. They're on the up and up and we trust them. Help DVC members rent out their points when they're not able to use them during their allotted amount of time. That means non-DVC members can purchase these points for a discounted price to book a DVC room lots cheaper for their upcoming trip than what Disney would charge you. Again, remember that I added the very important term reliable. You don't want to just jump into any DVC rental site without doing your research, which is why we rely on David's. We know we can trust them. So do your own research and pick a place you know you can trust. You can also check out our DVC rental video for more details on how the process works, including the pros and cons of not going directly through the Disney World website for your resort purchases. And next up, we're going to travel into the great outdoors to take a look at Disney's Fort Wilderness cabins. Now, let me build this up for you before dropping the average cost of a cabin. The Fort Wilderness cabins are moderate resorts, but they're like a spacious moderate resort that sleeps up to 6 people. You have a full living room, a full kitchen, a separate bedroom, a private deck, a grill, and a full bathroom. Not to mention a whole bunch of privacy since the cabins aren't attached to each other like your average hotel room. The only thing these don't have that a DVC villa does is a washing machine. Now, if a family of 4 were to book a cabin for that same time in November that I was talking about earlier, they would be paying around $488 per night. To help put that in perspective for you, a Finding Nemo family suite at Disney's Art of Animation Value Resort around that same time is going to be around $528 per night. The cheapest spacious resort option still has to go to Disney's All-Star Music though, since their family suites cost around $347 per night. But if you don't mind paying a bit extra for amenities like extra privacy, a full deck, and a full kitchen area, the cabins at Fort Wilderness are your cheapest bet on Disney World property. Now, when I can save money on my meals, any of my meals, I feel this is a huge sense of accomplishment, and maybe that's just me, but I'm still going to share one of my favorite ways to save money on Disney food with you today. When you get a group of friends together for a game night, you tend to default to pizza for dinner since it's a cheap way to feed a bunch of people all at once. And Disney's got a few shareable meals that'll also feed multiple mouths for one single price too. You just gotta know how to find them. Of course, you do have the option of a pizza like Via Napoli at Epcot, Blaze Pizza at Disney Springs, or multiple quick service locations at the Disney resorts. But you've also got non-pizza shareable items too. There's the Columbia Harbor House Trio Platter at Magic Kingdom that comes with fried shrimp, chicken tenders, battered fish, hush puppies, and your choice of side for less than $15. You have the Flame Tree Barbecue Ribs and Chicken Combo at Animal Kingdom. That's ribs, chicken, coleslaw, and baked beans for under $16. Also at Animal Kingdom, if you have a reservation for Yak and Yeti, there's a small menu selection of shareables you can split with a friend, including options like the ahi tuna nachos, the chicken lettuce cups, and the Korean fried chicken. Not every Disney menu has portions you'll be able to split easily, but many do, so check for menu options that have the word platter or combo in them, and when you see those words, you'll know that those are the entrees that'll have the most food packed into one offering. You may also want to go the flip opposite route and try ordering kids' meals off the quick service menus for a lighter meal for one person. It's honestly plenty of food at an overall lower price. Even if you're not a kid, but you just need something satisfying to munch on, kids' meals usually range between $7 and $9 and will usually come with an entree, a side, and a drink of choice, and anyone can order them. And we're back with the hotel cheats because I got one more crucial tip up my sleeve. We're going to cheat the hotel system and get bougie on a budget. Deluxe Disney World resorts are called deluxe for a reason. They've got a lot of offerings and a very hefty price tag. So I've got a moderate resort alternative that'll still give you that very ritzy feel without having to spend beaucoup dollars. Welcome to Grandestino Tower at Disney's Coronado Springs. Technically, Grandestino Tower is a moderate resort, but it's giving us major deluxe vibes. It's a stylish hotel that screams cosmopolitan with its decor, fine dining, lounges, spa services, fitness centers, and theme park fireworks viewing. This is also the only moderate resort that offers club level rooms, meaning you'll have access to the exclusive Kronos Club available for club level room guests only. Grandestino has the most affordable club level rooms in Disney World, so if you're wanting a more high-end experience on a smaller budget, Grandestino is definitely your answer. But I must point out that even though this place feels like a deluxe resort, it isn't one, so you're not going to get the extended evening hours you would at, say, Disney's Grand Floridian Resort or Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. But you will get fitness centers, salons, and the potential for those club level rooms, as well as lots of dining options that you don't usually find at moderate resorts. All right, are you feeling devious yet? Now that you know about all the best Disney World cheats, keep checking back here for more tips and tricks and sneaky advice that'll make you feel like you've hacked into the Disney World mainframe and definitely give you a better trip. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.